8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is good, everyone? It is your boy Politic and Hot alongside my guy, Mr. Moya Fit Chris Wilson, Mr. Joey Woods, Mr. Chris Michaels. Hope you're joining us this evening. However, we are still Steps coming to you live on a beautiful Friday evening, courtesy of All Authentic Talk Sports Network. I know that threw me off there because normally it's Joey Wood, and I'm like, oh no, wait, no, pivot. But Mr. Moya Fit, what's going on, my brother? How you doing tonight?
We good, baby. We good. 2-man power trip is back once again. We still chilling, baby. We hit a rock. A lot of good things to talk about. Some, I guess you could say sad things depending how you feel about certain things. But yeah, ready to do what we do. Hit that turnbuckle talk, as you like to say. So we're gonna get it.
Hey man, that's me right there. It's like, nah, absolutely. Getting ready to, to have that turnbuckle talk. Tonight, it's going to be a short show because, as we all know, fans of professional wrestling, the world of professional wrestling, the world of sports entertainment, had a loss on Thursday, which was one Hulk Hogan passing away at the age of 71. Just as a disclaimer, because a lot of views, opinions have been thrown out there in the world regards to one Hulk Hogan, and I don't want this to sound like me right out the back like this is going to be like a bashing the man, but we're just going to have to highlight we will highlight his legacy as far as his in-ring career and what the after the ring career has been, and just being a realist about things. So I mean, between you and I and a lot of us our age, when we were coming up, Hulk Hogan was like a larger than life figure. For me personally, he was someone that I wasn't like you had your buddies, your family members like that grew up like with the action figures. For me, watching pro wrestling was my action figure, and coming up, as a young buck, like one of the first baby faces that I did enjoy was in fact Hulk Hogan, which had some influence for me to like the professional wrestling. So it does start there, and I'm not going to be oblivious and not acknowledge that. It's a lot of chatter around social media and everywhere in regards to like people's stance and stuff. But for me, especially being in pro wrestling media, content creating, like that's just the truth, and that's the same truth for a lot of people out here. So just looking at the brass of what I saw from him coming up, watching professional wrestling, like I've seen him evolve in different ways, like the 80s, 90s era, where he was a huge baby face, and then he transitioned over to WCW as the business began to change, and he took the red and yellow shtick over there. And he then reinvent himself again, being part of the NWO. Added even more time, in the world of professional wrestling. So, to see it, I was definitely one, who had enjoyed it and, was very, big of a fan, is to say. it's unfortunate, like we live, when you do, grasp on to people like that, and then you hear, not just only hear it, but actually see the actual proof of how someone may be, it definitely takes a hit, And so, my stance on Hulk Hogan, definitely appreciate his contributions to what he's brung to the square circle. Although he snitched on Jesse Ventura when they was getting ready to unionize professional wrestling. Like
Mhm.
who knows where that would have gone, today. But greatly, appreciate the contributions. And also too, it's like, damn, it's hard to root when someone may feel a certain type of way. And that till this day, still bothers me. And, you know, as often as someone say, you go, you know what I mean, be able to forgive, and like, I have a heart to forgive, but I don't forget. you know. So that's something that I will just never cannot let go, because of what, that after the ring, and what was brought, brought to light behind closed doors. And I know everybody's not perfect out here in this world. I get that. But it's just, with someone that you've invested time in, growing up, actual money, parents' money, your own money, to attend events and stuff. It's like it takes a hit for real. But it's unfortunate. He's transition. But again, grateful for the memories. Grateful for the memory of him, The Rock squaring off Mania. Was that 18?
Iconic.
Yeah, like what I mean?
Iconic.
Great match. Like, there's something I want to say in regards to Hogan, but I'm not going to mention it here. It's not nothing like negative or anything, but it was a thought that I had in the past.
Mm.
But regards to a lot of the tan that superstars used to use back in the day. But like, it's crazy just seeing like the world of social media. You know what I mean? Like, I will never tell anyone how to grieve, or be what their own individual opinions are. I mean, towards him. Like, I can only tell you how I feel, and live life to the fullest, and try to provide as good content that, myself, you, the entire Still Steps team can provide, every Friday, whenever we're on. But Mr. Moyo Fit, what I mean? We're the same age. So we kind of have like the same growing as far as getting into pro wrestling, and as far as, seeing the red and yellow on our television screens, every Saturday morning whenever it was time to watch wrestling on TV. So, the floor is yours. Your thoughts.
All right, so we cut right to the chase, and what you said was said very well. Like it puts a lot of perspective on the character and the person.
Oh,
And
one last thing. Sorry, not to cut you off right there. My apologies. And I got to call a violation on people that called and text me on Thursday. Like, hey, listen, I appreciate you reaching out, but it's a damn shame that it had to take for Hulk Hogan to pass away for y'all to reach out to me to want to, to have a discussion about him. Like, total violation. But go ahead, proceed. We'll get back to that another time.
I didn't get any phone calls or texts, so people must know my mindset when it comes to him. All right, so like I said, I'll make it very clear. I am of a certain age. Hulk Hogan is the reason why I fell in love with wrestling. He is. One of the first people I saw when I started watching wrestling, the red and yellow and all the stuff, I fell into it. The posing, the say your prayers, use your vitamins. I saw the reaction from crowds when he came out. And I'm an 80s baby. Like wrestling was different in the 80s. Them crowds used to be white hot, like every single week. Every single week, them crowds. So when that music hit, dun, 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 people lost their freaking minds. I was posing with him. I bought into it. Hulkamaniac, I was. Like this big boot, dropped the leg. I was with all that. He was the guy. And then when he transitioned to WCW and became Hollywood, that set me like I was stuck as a kid, younger guy. I was stuck. Like he turned heel. I didn't even know what the word heel meant. It was a bad guy. He became a bad guy. Hulk Hogan was a bad guy now. Like I was just stuck. And at the same time, within like a week or two, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. He had one of the biggest baby face runs and heel runs in history. Probably the biggest. It's hard to think of anybody else who had that big of a baby face run and heel run. Also, that was just that huge and iconic. It's like I don't think nobody comes close, to be honest. Like so, it's crazy what he's done in the business. He's known to backstage to be a diva. He's known to bury guys. His famous quote was, "That doesn't work for me, brother." Basically, what it means to do right business and help put somebody over. He just didn't do it because he always felt he should have been the one winning the world championship. I think at the Royal Rumble with the year Mr. Perfect was supposed to win, and he won. And he was the freaking WWF champion at the time. It's like, dude, you're the WWF champion. Number one, you shouldn't have been in the Rumble. Right. And number two, why do you have to win that also? Like, it's crazy. As time went on, and like I said, everything came out with his scandal, and you saw the racial slurs he was using, everything like that. Yes. From that point, then I can never look at him the same again. That's just be real. And you see it all over social media. A lot of people I didn't follow wrestling knows who Hulk Hogan is. And they was quick to post up about his choice of words and the tape that people came out. And they will never forgive him. Now you got wrestlers to this day would never forgave him. No matter what race they were, they just never looked at him the same. And also too, because he was very unapologetic about it. He kind of brushed it off. Like I remember one time he said he was chilling with Lil Wayne and them, and Lil Wayne, he would let him say it, and he laughed. I was like, are you serious? Like Lil Wayne is the person, like he gave you the pass. He's like this, so it's like now you think you can, like, bro. Like so, we just listen. Hulk Hogan, the character. When you think of wrestling, he's undoubtedly, depending on what age you are, it's the first person you think of, very first person. When you say I watch pro wrestling, first thing they say, they'll be like, oh, that's that thing Hulk Hogan does, right? Yeah, I remember Hulk Hogan. And Hulk Hogan. Like you might get a couple of Ric Flairs here and there because of the woo, but Hulk Hogan undoubtedly is the first person you think. Newer generations, they're probably gonna think of The Rock, maybe Stone Cold, what's his name, like this, like depending on which age bracket you in, DX, suck it, everybody knows that. What's his name? But Hulk Hogan is like the number one guy that people's gonna think of forever because what he's done in the wrestling business, the iconic moments of slamming Andre, dropping a big leg, the mega powers with the handshake, Macho Man, then the mega powers explode. You know what I mean? Like this, like I said, that crazy iconic stare down with The Rock.
Yeah.
I say he's had moments at the moments. He the very first WrestleMania with Mr. T. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like the moments he had is very, very iconic, and it will live forever. They will. But what also will live forever is what the actions of Terry Bollea, the man. And for that, it's just something we will never ever let go or move on from because we just know what it is. And if people choose to forgive him, I'm not mad at that. That's a great way of living life, of not letting that anger or pain or sourness for a person linger. I commend you for that. But you can tell my stance on him because when honestly, until this event happened, I won't even mention him by name on the show. If y'all know, if y'all follow us, I will always call him the red and yellow guy because I lost the respect for him. So I wouldn't say him by name. So I was like, yeah, the red and yellow guy. Because in wrestling, if I say red and yellow guy, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Right.
I mean, but that's the type of respect I've lost for him. And when you have somebody who was a childhood hero, and you find out they have that type of mindset and energy, that means they've always been that person. It just came out to the light finally. So from there, you know, I will send condolences to his family, his name, because he was still a father. He was a husband. These are people who love and care about him, who lost somebody they love and care about. So my condolences to his family and friends, people who really loved him, who we looked out for and everything. Love and respect to y'all. I know y'all lost and y'all hurting, but after that, it's just I'm not gonna say good red and all that shit. None of that. I ain't never gonna look at death that way. But his legacy in wrestling will live for eternity. But it is what it is. You can look at it however way you want to look at it. Is your prerogative, if people want to say it. And from here, we're just gonna move on and just continue to love wrestling and live life.
Yeah. Yeah. Very well said as well. Like that's all we can do. Just like looking at the landscape of pro wrestling now and just like looking at those with that legacy, like a Hogan. I guess at this point now is who's like the top, the true top guy now is what Ric Flair. Like
Mhm.
you know, like damn, it's crazy, man. Like at this point, like our childhood is either retired or dead. Like it's getting wild.
You think about it.
Like
Think about it. Macho Man, gone.
yeah,
Roddy Piper, gone.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Warrior,
Like Warrior, gone.
Rick Rude.
Rick
I
Rude,
thought about all this
yeah,
earlier today.
Rick Rude, Mr. Perfect, Karen Henning.
Yeah,
From like there's other people just like you got Eddie Guerrero, his name big like even the other people who weren't as big names but were names that you knew and loved this kid from Big Boss Man,
yeah.
of freaking Crush, like all these people just like man, what's going on? So it's sad. It's unfortunate, man. It's just like it's tough. It is what it is. What you said to your kids?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said, remember as a
yeah,
10-year
Clash
old
Freddie
seeing
Classic.
Hogan
Yeah,
on
yeah.
WWE.
Hulk Hogan was the first wrestler like in a big time movie. He was in the Rocky.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was in Rocky. He was in Rocky. So yeah, so Hulk Hogan was that first. He was the first pro wrestler who like switched over to pop culture to where he was. It wasn't just a wrestler. He wasn't looked at as like a shot sideshow freak. He was looked at as an actual legit star. He was a name. He was on he was on every lunchbox. He was on freaking
yeah.
all the action figures, T-shirts. He was on he was on all these different TV shows. Like he
Shit.
was
I remember he had that one small cameo in Gremlins too. Do
right,
you remember
right,
that?
right. Oh man,
Like I still remember going to the movie theater to go see that movie. And then when they had that one scene and he popped up out of nowhere and like the movie theater popped because it
yeah,
was like it was
yeah,
him. Like
it was him. Yeah, so it was crazy. So it was like, yeah. Then he had his own. He's the first like real. Even though Roddy Piper was doing it, like on a different level, I would say. But Hulk Hogan started doing movies. Very very horrible movies. But it wasn't it. But he started doing movies because people like listen. We over a certain age, people. I remember Suburban Commando.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Mr. Nanny.
Remember Mr. Nanny, you know what I mean? Like this, like we like is crazy. And to this day, it's weird enough as to say I probably watch Suburban as a kid. I really enjoyed Suburban Commando. I ain't gonna lie. I really enjoyed watching that movie. Like it was not a good movie at all, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
You
Suburban Commander was terrible.
know? To say I tell people all the time, it's a horrible movie, but I enjoyed it. But
Mr.
kids.
Honestly, Mr. Nanny was terrible too, but it was like it was
Mr.
not
Nanny.
nothing else that you could really watch like as a kid. So I was like, all right, let me put Mr. Nanny back
Yeah,
on
yeah, Mr. Nanny. Yeah, Mr. Nanny was so bad.
with
All the movies he did.
Sherman Hemsley.
Yeah, all the movies he did. All the movies he did. All the movies he did was horrible. All the movies that was horrible. As I said, shout out to The Rock for just changing the narrative. Like I said, Roddy Piper was actually in decent movies. Like honestly, this was everybody talk about. Roddy Piper actually was in decent movies. It just wasn't, trend. He didn't transcend theater. He was in decent movies for what the roles he played.
Right. I'll be honest, my favorite Roddy Piper movie is the joint. What was it called? It was called Body Slam. With it was him, the other Samoan guy. Matter of fact, hold on. I gotta look it up real quick. That was my joint. You remember that movie? It came out. It came out in 1986.
Yeah, as soon as you said it, I was like, I know that movie. I watched it.
Yeah, it was Piper. Yeah, Lou Albano was in it.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it was what's the name? San Fatu. It was what's the name? I think that's his pop, man.
What's his name? Dad.
Yeah. That's what's the name? It's was it Roman? No, it's Jacob Pop.
Yeah. Jacob Pop. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I remember it was on one of the Oose's Pops. But yeah, like that was my joint. That was probably like one of the first movies I really saw like an actual pro wrestler in. Like if I'm not mistaken. Body Slam.
Actually, yeah. And I remember he was in the movie. I forget the name of it. He was in the movie with Billy Blanks. Remember Billy Blanks?
Yeah.
He was in, yeah. He had a movie with him, which was a big deal because Billy Blanks was like really hot at that time in the late 80s, early 90s. He was the to me the black kung fu guy. Like there wasn't a lot of black martial artists who was buzzing like that back in those days. But Billy Blanks was like in everything.
Wait, what was his popular infomercial? What was he doing? It was the Tabo. Here we go. Yeah.
Tabo, baby.
What's he doing nowadays?
He's transitioned. He was that guy before the P90X CrossFit and all that.
Right.
It was him. He was Tabo, man.
Yeah.
He's chilling right now. He'll still do his little Tabo stuff here and there, like on some chill stuff. But he done made his money. Still got.
Man, he getting fat somewhere. It's like no.
Yeah. He probably I think he's in great shape for his age, but I'm sure. I saw him recently on social media. They were shouting him out. Nice. He was still doing the Tabo stuff, but just a little slower. Because
that's the throwback clicks here.
Yeah,
that's a Freebirds guy, Terry Bam Gordy, Buddy Roberts, Michael Hayes. That's the classics there.
Yeah, another one, Bam Bigelow going.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's wild. Like just like really, like looking at everybody that we watch from late 80s, early 90s. Like it's slim pickings at this point. Like, man, yeah, it's crazy, man. But yeah, I'll be honest. I had to take a little break from Twitter, like just with all the chatter over the last 48 hours. So.
Yeah, that was crazy. The old pervy guy, what's his name? He got real upset with Roddy Piper because Roddy Piper did an interview, I think, on Real Sports. This was a long time ago. It was in the 90s. Yeah. And Roddy Piper was like kind of talking negatively about the business, but he was being real honest. He was like, they asked him how you feel about the business right now. First thing he said, man, he said, we're all dying, man. He said, everybody from my era, like the top guys, they're dying. he said is like from like he was talking about Macho Man. He was talking about Rick Rude, Kurt Hennig, like this. He was talking about the Owen Hart situation. Owen Hart with cousins, real life cousins. So he was like, all this stuff was bothering him, and people was like, why? Like, the old pervy guy. He was like, why is he talking like this? What is it? He's talking like this because he's this guy in the trenches. He rode up and down the road with these guys. He performed night after night with these guys. Put his body through hell with these guys. So yeah, he felt type of way that his brethren are freaking not lasting. And sure enough, like not it wasn't not too long. It was a little bit of time after that, but not like within at least 10 years of that interview, Roddy Piper passed.
Right.
So it was like, and you think about all the stuff, especially if you listen, people, if you wrestled pro wrestler in the 70s, but especially the 80s. You put your body through so much, and when wrestling was booming, they I forgot what they call them years. They call that era.
Talking about it was like the rock and wrestling era.
Yeah, the rock and wrestling era, and they call it something else too. But that era, when they were booming, and like they were on the road so much, night after night. And remember, like, back then, there's no social media. They weren't even really into pay-per-view like that yet. So a lot of their revenue came off ticket sales.
Yeah.
They got percentage off ticket sales. So they had to be on them shows. They were dying to get on them shows every night. And the bigger the name on the show, the more they know, more likely, the more people will come out to see it. So a lot of people were trying to be on the same card as the red and yellow guy because they knew he was going to sell out the arenas. So they night after night, they were on the road 300 to 320 days a year. So they're freaking putting their bodies through hell.
Yeah.
Hell. So they're doing all types of things. There's all types of drugs, all types of booze, all types of steroids. Let's be real. We already know about this.
Yeah, especially if you're a marquee name, like
you
can't afford to sit the sideline. And it was definitely a lot of heavy intake. Yeah, I was about to say I've seen. I mean, we all have seen the docu-series or the shows that discuss that. And I know you was getting ready to speak on that as far as like the steroid allegations that had taken place, which also had a little bit of Mr. Hogan involved with that. Like, it was so much of that was going on then. Like,
he was a guy who notoriously went on the Arsenio Hall show. For Google it for our younger viewers on here. Don't know who Arsenio Hall is. He notoriously went on Arsenio Hall and said he's never taken steroids, and then later on admitted he did. And everybody's like, dude, we know you did. It's like, why would you go on that show?
Right.
And say you never did it, then get on that stand. It's like, dude, come on. But once again, I'm not here to place judgment on that because back in those days, they all was doing it.
Right.
Not even back in those days. Later on in the 90s, 2000s, still to this day, it's certain guys you look at and you're like, ain't no way he passed the drug test.
Right.
And they say, our drug policies are so strict. I'm like, they ain't that strict.
Somebody turning their head like, nope, not looking.
Look at them days is trying to tell me you're looking at Scott Steiner right now. You trying to tell me, he just leaned out. Like what?
Yeah.
Scott Steiner notoriously said when they said they want to give him a drug test, he said, "Yeah, I'll take a drug test as soon as you give Triple H one." And they never gave him one.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, because it's like, because we know what's up.
You conscious?
Yeah, we know what's up. I said, you trying to tell me I'm looking at Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and now I'm looking at the game. He didn't gain 40 pounds of muscle. You try to tell me, okay, yeah. Okay.
Nah, no, that's real. That definitely real.
But,
Shoot, but
but yeah, but 50-50 feelings. Sometimes not at this point, 70-30 feelings when it comes to Mr. Red and Yellow. 70 more so on the negative side. But like I said, let's be real, y'all. The whole reason why we're here, the whole reason why we're talking to this day and so in love with wrestling, he is your number one or two reasons why we are here. Like he just is. So, like I said, it is what it is at this point. We move on from here. Like we said our piece, and now we talk about more positive stuff.
yeah, we were to say yes. Stay away from the conversations on social media.
Mhm.
Like, it's a lot out there going on. Like nah. But you know, switching gears tonight,
Skirt.
we just had the revealing of the night one and night two cards for SummerSlam going down next week. And actually, just as we got on live tonight, there was a new match that was just added. I suspect it's probably going to be on night two because I think night two has the least of the matches so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and I think Saturday already has 6. But they just announced the tables, ladders, and chairs tag team match for the
Mhm.
titles. So yeah, I suspect that's probably going to be on Sunday's card. But it's crazy because like 2 weeks ago we were like, yo, what the hell is WWE doing? Like,
Yeah,
like there were like what 2
it
matches
was like
that
two
had
or
already
three.
been announced, but like nothing else. Like clearly nothing else other than what Jay, you know what I mean, with the winners of the King of the Ring. So like we had those matches, but other than that, like we ain't had nothing. And just like
Yeah.
now, out of nowhere, boom, how quick they work. But so far, like what are your thoughts on this event coming up in a week?
This is a good card. To be honest, both nights. This is way better than WrestleMania card. I'll say that right now. If you compare it to SummerSlam, two
Everything's
nights.
better than WrestleMania.
Yeah, you compare it to SummerSlam, 2 nights to WrestleMania, 2 nights. This is a way better card, and I think this is WWE acknowledging that. To be honest, was named Papa H. He realized the backlash slash feedback from the WrestleMania uh, events, especially their main attraction, which was John Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
That match was horrible. I don't give a shit what nobody say. That match was not good at all. The Travis Scott, like I don't know what that was about. It was so unnecessary. Didn't need it at all. We already talked about it, but it was so stupid. Um,
let's
without
circle
the
back on that when we finish that. I do want to bring that up because
yeah,
I saw some things.
yeah, without The Rock involved in this storyline, which was the catalyst from it starting to begin with, people forget all this happened because The Rock.
Right.
Like the whole thing was John Cena sold his soul to The Rock. It wasn't just that he became a heel; he sold his soul to The Rock, and The Rock hasn't shown up since. So that's why a big part of this run has lost all the steam as a heel run, I should say, because like it's done nothing really well. This has not been a great heel run or championship run, to be honest. But other than that, though, let's get back to SummerSlam. This is a real good card. This is like I said, we got a decent amount of championship matches. We got a decent amount of just one-on-one tag team matches, and just like of intrigue to where it's going to be good matches. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Let's go. About time. It's been a while. Like this, they got good tag teams to do it, so people are going to do their bumps and spots and all that stuff. So it's going to be great. Like I said, you got your women's championship matches, like this the triple threat match between Io, Rhea, and Naomi is going to be a real good match. Io and Rhea's chemistry is second to none by itself. Then you throw the Naomi in there, especially with her being on fire as she is, it's going to be amazing. So like this, Cody and Cena, hopefully this time is done a lot better, like a lot better.
Right.
His name, my boy AJ and Dominic. Come on, WWE, do not do me dirty on this one. And I love both of these guys. Y'all know how I feel. You know how I feel about Dominic. You know that's my guy. You know how I feel about Dominic, but you know AJ's my GOAT, so we got to stop playing. Don't mess with my boy on this one. Come on. He's done his part. He's put every freaking body over and known the man. Give my man his flowers, give him his just due. And so it's just overall, it's a great card. This is time for people to show up and show out. Like Tiffany Stratton and Jay Cargill, like honestly, that's a match I'm very interested in because I want to see if these ladies really step their game up to like the show. They're gonna be the future like ones for the next five 5 to 6 years. Like they the ones everybody's gonna be like, yeah, these girls were on top of their game in their like prime. So like we're gonna see because the other era, like Bailey and Becky and even Naomi, throw Naomi in there, even though they still firing all cylinders, their time as being the elite top of the top is starting to dwindle down just a little bit because they had their runs. So
right
now we want to see who's those next ladies who's going to take it to the new levels of, all right, it's my time now. I'm gonna take the ball, take it to the next stratosphere. We already know Rhea's jumping. Rhea's Rhea. Everybody's gonna love her, and she's sneaky young, so she's still got a lot of years left in her. Io Sky's the truth. She's in my top 3 favorite female wrestlers right now. What's her name? She's gonna be buzzing for a little while, but but now we know Rhea. We know Io. Who's next besides them? You know what I'm saying? We got Stephanie Valkyrie rising up, Julia rising up. Which then we got a whole bunch of girls. Now I know Lila, I'm still not sold on her yet, and I ain't gonna lie. Like it's just, I think it's just something about the character. I think her wrestling skills is great. Like in the ring, I never have a problem with her in ring stuff. It's just the character. It still needs some tuning, toning, whatever you want to put it to make it, more like if the people be invested in her. But I think she's gonna be good once they really find a niche for her and not this bird lady thing. I don't know what it is. But yeah, man, like this is a way better card. Who knew Alexa and Charlotte would be a nice duo? Like I didn't see that coming, but I'm into it. So
that match actually bothers me because looking at how things are going currently, built leading up to this match, it's almost at a point where Alexa and Charlotte could possibly win the titles.
I think it was crazy. I think they are, which is bad because you just put Roxanne and what's her name, Raquel together, and you will want them to hold the titles as long as possible to create that friction whenever Liv comes back. So I want them to have a longer run as champions. But right now, like,
do you remember what Liv's her injury was? Is it her shoulder or the elbow?
A shoulder. It's like a separated shoulder, pretty much. So she's gonna be out for like another good 6 months. That was a first prognosis of was like 6 month recovery time. Right. So because
I was thinking, is it possible she might pop up just out of nowhere on next week?
Yeah. So like she like. Only way I think you can use her is like she has her surgery, she does her rehab, she could come back like in a sling, but that's a wasted opportunity of a baby face pop when she returns.
Right.
So it's like don't do that. Let her heal, get better. So when she comes back, she gets the giant pop and love that people want to give her. So just keep her out. But like I said, like you got to book it right. So, clearly Roxanne trying to take her place, and it always comes down to Dominic. I told you, it's like WWE. If the storyline is the characters outweighs the belts, then it's like it doesn't even matter. Like I told you, the whole thing with Rhea, Liv, and Dom, the whole thing, the narrative was just all about Dom. The world championship, the women's world championship didn't even matter. His name is like, even though I know you said it does, I know you said it did, it didn't. It's just like because Maria got it back, it wasn't even like a big deal. I know she was like, yeah, about time. Like this was like
that's because it wasn't under Liv anymore.
That was like it just dragged for so long. It was just like, all right, it is dragging. It's like,
Liv with the title had some traction.
It wasn't bad. It uplifted. It up the story uplifted Liv. I don't think the title did. I think the story of just how she
without the title, she wouldn't have got any type of uplift. Like
yeah, she would have because the whole thing was
she
she
need the
came back.
title.
She came back. She hurt Rhea, hurt her unintentionally for real, like this. Then she honed it on Dom. Like if she didn't have that world title, that story alone would have sold.
But that title, her having the actual title, allow her to be a little bit more as a spokesperson with the company. Like it built her value. It definitely it increased her stock.
It did, and as it should. Like you're the world champion, supposed to be you're the best of the best. Supposed to increase your stock, but like this, like I said, I didn't.
It mattered.
This doesn't always care. She didn't even defend the title. She never.
You ain't care. The fans care.
No, the fans ain't care. It's like this is like some did, some didn't. There was a lot that was on my side with just like, but now, like I said, I'm more into Liv now than I was back then. I'm more into her now, but I'm not like, oh my god, Liv more. I'm not there yet.
Her return is going to shoot to the moon, especially if the longer Raquel and Roxanne hold on to the tag titles, the bigger the pop will be for when her music are to hit and she stormed to that ring.
Yeah, but I'm scared right now, man. People are digging this Charlotte freaking Alexa Bliss combination. Like I said, who knew? Like I didn't see that coming. And but Charlotte apparently is over as a babyface now. Like what the hell? How that happened? Like this, she had like the loudest pop at the Evolution pay-per-view. Yeah, like this, she like people really was digging her, and I think that interview she had when she was finally like
that article,
she was open and raw with her feelings and everything. I think people start giving her sympathy and like, oh damn, we know it was like that. So that article helped a lot. But now, once again, these are older spokeswomen for their women's locker room who like. Their time is, they're still crazy over. They are who they are at this point, but it's starting to dwindle down. So it's like, dude, this next generation of Roxanne Perez and Raquel, does Raquel finally show she's this dominant force that she was in NXT? NXT, she was bombing. She was the one who was putting Rhea Ripley in her place for real.
Right.
Since she came up to the main roster, it's been different. So I mean, it's like WWE is spoiled for women talent right now, but you just got to utilize them correctly to where, they get the proper shine that they deserve. So, but once again, the ladies got to put it all together when they're in front of that camera. So that looks interesting. Like I said, we're not doing no predictions, but that match is going to be interesting how things play out. But overall, like I said, this card way better than a WrestleMania card. Like I'm actually into this.
Yeah, we'll do our predictions next week. Sunday, we already know that's going to be Cena and Cody closing out the show.
For sure.
Could you make a case for Roman and Jey Uso and the Bronze to close out Saturday?
Yeah, you gotta have Roman close out the show. Like,
no Gunther and Punk.
Like, there's a thing. So, if they don't close it out, they have to be the opener. They have to be the opener. You have to come when it comes to any pay-per-view event. You have to get the crowd invested immediately, so they can like be on 10 for the rest of the night. So Punk and Gunther probably will be the main event. What's named but it's talking about Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. Roman Reigns probably the hottest over babyface right now, because people go lose their ish when they see him, and because too they don't see him as much. So right. So when they don't see him, it's like, oh my God, he's here. Jey Uso, top 2 hottest baby faces in WWE right now. When he comes out, he has the whole crowd rocking, and he's gonna have all these people going crazy up and down in MetLife. So you want that energy to start your show. You want people to be into it and invested immediately. So I think that match actually opens up SummerSlam.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And you know what though? And this all stems on what happens on Monday, because both Roman and Jay been kind of getting the upper hand as far as like on Braun and Bronson.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there's no beat down by Braun and Bronson on Roman and Jay on Monday, I guarantee Braun and Bronson beat Roman and Jay at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And that's honestly it. I know you want to start the crowd happy, but that's how it should be. Put your other guys over. Like this is the way to uplift them, and especially we already got Braun pegged as a future world champion. Like that's definitely going to happen. But Bronson is a guy who was, until he got hurt, was starting to really catch some steam. Like this, from what he did to Seth Rollins to the matches he had with Braun Strowman that were crazy, like big beefy man slapping meat. You know what I mean? Big E shout out. What's named like Bronson Reed was starting to catch some steam too. Had that crazy dive off the cage. You know, that's how he got hurt. So when that happened, it took a little of the steam out of him. But if you want him to be taken seriously and not just like kind of a third wheel in this faction, you gotta let these guys win and put them over, so it can create more buzz down the road. Because this could turn into solo matches for Braun and Roman and something like that. Like you want to keep the dice rolling. So, but yeah, if Roman and Jay get the upper hand again on Monday, then I think Braun and Bronson definitely take that one.
Yeah. Because honestly, really looking at it, Roman and Jay ain't got nothing to lose. Like they're going to be hot. They're going to be hot with the fans no matter what.
Yeah,
this
is a tag team match.
Yeah, it's a tag team match, but it's also this is the put over until Seth makes that cash in.
Yeah.
Like, because that's just going to build that faction up. Anyway, like, well, like once Seth does in fact do the cash in, shoot, who knows? Like, it's been relatively quiet over the past 2 weeks now. Like does that cash in, happen next Saturday at MetLife? Like, but we'll see
next week.
Yeah. Because look, they definitely been extremely quiet this past Monday on Saturday. I don't think they even mentioned them. And now that I think about it, like now the distraction has been Roman Reigns returning, and now aligning with Jay to fight Braun and Bronson. So yeah, it's definitely looking that way. I just noticed every match on Sunday is for the title.
It's for a title. Yep.
Yeah, and
if title, they did it. I think they did it on purpose.
Yeah, and if the TLC match is in fact added to Sunday, like shit, that's I must say this is Night of Champions of his own.
Yeah,
you really think
on
about
Sunday.
it.
And said, but even though Saturday has a couple title matches too. You know what I'm saying? Obviously Punk, Gunther,
right?
Women's tag team matches. So it's like, there's some, like I said, it was obviously the WWE Women's Championship too. So like it's a bunch of championship matches on this card. Period. On these cards. Period. So as I said, it's a great card. Like I said, it's way better than WrestleMania card. I'm gonna keep saying it because I was so disappointed in WrestleMania. wasn't it? But yeah, man, this is gonna be a decent. This is gonna be a decent one. I can't wait to watch it in the comfort of my home because sorry, MetLife and WWE, y'all not getting my money for these. Is y'all I have to give up kidneys to be able to afford to go there.
Oh man, yeah, it's just crazy expensive. Yeah, it was something I was just about to say. Like as far as like what the cards and stuff. I was going to say like Orton, Jelly Roll, like the Roman match. Like those are almost kind of like special attraction matches.
They really are.
Yeah.
They really are. This is just
He can almost make a case for Sammy and Karrion to be one too.
Yeah, this is just that, especially at Jelly Roll. They always put that celebrity match somewhere, whether it's gonna be WrestleMania or SummerSlam. They always make sure to throw a celebrity in there somehow. So I was like, and that shows you how Randy Orton, this point in his career, he's more open to do stuff like this. He probably, listen, I'm gonna show up, get a nice big check, and I'm just gonna go out, have some fun, hang out.
I will say I might have to get his new shirt, the RKO Everybody. I need that.
That's a good shirt. That's a good shirt.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, it ain't too many WWE shirts. I'd be like, yeah, I want that. I mean, with the exception of the Jey Uso one when he was here in Philly, that had the Flyers, the Flyers, colors. But yeah, that RKO Everybody, I was like, yeah, I need that. Definitely need that.
It's amazing how over he's gotten that move to where that's all he has to do, and the crowd goes crazy.
Yeah, look, it's a trending move, like on social media, like at graduations.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In the swimming pools,
all that. It's just like people just go nuts over that move. I'm just like, DDP's like,
right. Just thinking off the top. Now that we are in SummerSlam season, maybe we could actually even save this for next week. But I was going to ask you, like, what were one of like your favorite SummerSlam matches that that come to mind, like that just stand out to you? But before you answer that, my Papernick. So this might be Karrion Kross and Scarlett's last match at SummerSlam. Yeah, I did see that both their contracts are running out, and apparently they haven't. They haven't, signed up.
They haven't re-signed.
Yeah,
they haven't re-signed. Karrion Kross is buzzing right now, so his value is going up. And so he's like, WWE don't want to pay. There are other organizations that will. So, so we'll see. WWE's, I think they'll re-sign him. What's the thing about it?
We'll see. If they know what's good for them.
Yeah.
But you know what? We say that now sitting here, but at the same time, like that the climate, like while he may get the money, the climate for him to stay might not be the best suggestion or
he might get the money, but they might keep him exactly where he is.
Exactly. Yeah.
So but like I said, I don't know his age either, Karrion Kross' age. He might be, so it's like kind of thing of, what do you want? Do you just want financial at this point in your career? Are you really honestly just worrying about more financial stability? So where the next 3 to 4 years, you're good financially and you can just like chill out and just have fun and do your thing and travel? Or your thing is, no, I want to be more of a either top mid guy or a top guy, because I'll make more money and get more notoriety and all that stuff. Like I said, it's always mindset where he's at. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. As far as SummerSlam matches, my favorite one, that one's hard to.
Yeah. Let's wait. Let's wait on it. Yeah.
I'll have to go back and do my due diligence on that one.
Yeah.
Because WrestleMania is like, I could tell you the top of my head which one. We already talked about that. But I could tell you the top of my head my favorite one that had me like, damn, this match is legit. But SummerSlam's a little difficult actually. I'm gonna have to like go back and think.
I got a couple in mind, but I won't reveal it yet. We'll see. We'll save it for next week. Damn, I was gonna say something else about Karrion Kross too. Like, I don't know, like for him and where his name is right now, I do think if he were to decide to step out, go on his own, work the indie scene, I can see him getting a crazy bag. I mean, from all over if he were to do so.
Right.
If he were to re-sign with the WWE, if I'm him, I'm re-signing because I feel like I I'm capable of becoming a champion, a world champion.
Right.
So if there is no best interest, you know what I mean, with the company seeing me not being a champion, then I have to walk. Like I can't stick around and just do the spots from time to time in between commercial breaks, or like just doing vignettes behind the scenes. Like nah, like I he's a former NXT champion. Like he has what it takes to become a WWE champion. It's just putting him in a position. But
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
sucks. It is a little crowded right now as far as
It-
like
that's,
in that
that's the
in that
issue.
roster and the locker rooms.
That's the thing. It's crowded. Like, you got your top tier guys, and then you got your main attraction guys. So it's like, and it's not like just like two or three of them. It's like 6 or 7 of them. So it's like to get past all those guys, because you got, like you say, you got Cody, Jay, right now until he's retired, John Cena, CM Punk, Gunther.
Yeah.
What's his name? Then you got your other guys who are obviously Roman Reigns, like the Seth Rollins. But then you got your guys who are buzzing, like Jacob, Ron Breaker, like LA Knight is still crazy over Drew McIntyre. Like, I mean, like these are guys.
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton. That's to say, you got these, like, you gotta get through all these guys to like, and through all that, Drew McIntyre probably deserves the most out of everybody. So it's like being the next champion or whatever brand. So it's like you can't just skip over Drew McIntyre. So it's like, you gotta choose wisely. So I say he needs at least be a top mid card guy.
Right.
Like he could have an IC run or US title run. Like,
right.
so, I mean, so we'll see. We'll see.
No, I'm with you on that. But yeah, Kaepernick says Piper. Well, actually, not Piper and Brett, but British Bulldog and Brett over at Wembley Stadium. That was actually a dope match.
That was a dope match.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up to you. I don't know if you caught this on
British Bulldog, another one passed
X earlier. Yeah, I was gonna mention him when we were talking about him. I saw something on Twitter earlier about apparently there's been like a big falling out between Travis Scott and the WWE.
I've heard about this.
Yeah, I'm like, good.
I'm like this. I'm like this. Like, y'all should be happy. Y'all should be happy.
Right.
Like, they say he's not like really putting in the work. He doesn't show up to train when he's supposed to show up. Like, I'm like, dude, y'all doing like he's doing y'all a favor. Y'all don't even know it. Like,
yeah.
I'm glad he's a super fan. I'm glad he has a cool looking hardcore title belt. Like, but let that man be. Let's let him go. He's not Bad Bunny. His name like this. He's not Logan Paul.
Right.
He's not gonna. He's like he doesn't bring in eyes to the brand. Like he doesn't take it serious. So let him be. He's a name for his music, and yes, he's a huge star. He is, but like for the wrestling world, he doesn't add value to it whatsoever. I mean, then when he first night, he freaking just potatoes the shit out of Cody Rhodes.
Huh.
It's like because he doesn't know how to pull back his punches. I mean, so it's like, all right, just like,
yeah. Well, once Rock had stepped away, it was definitely time for him to step away.
yeah. It's like I told you, the catalyst for all this is The Rock, and if The Rock's not there, none of this means nothing. Like, they should have gave him his own entrance. Like when he came down for the Cody Rhodes John Cena match, like did they had to put on his music?
Right.
He took like damn near 10 minutes to get to the ring. Like, I'm like, what the frick is going on here?
Yeah. No, yeah, I seen it. I was like, well, good. I'm glad they're not. I'm glad he's not there. Like,
yeah,
and it's falling out. Like, it's doing us any not doing us any justice, But I'm curious to see where we're going to be with this Jelly Roll situation. Like,
once again, don't know. Once a guy who's a huge star, whose star has risen in music over the last 3.5-4 years. I'm gonna lie, I really like his music.
He had a good sidewalk slam tonight against
I
Logan
have to
Paul.
say, I think he's a person I think will take this serious because he really enjoys the product, and I think he'll do pretty well for whatever spots he can do.
Right.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna set the world on fire, but I think he'll do decent for what he can do. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah. No, I got you for sure. So, all right, good brother. We are definitely at the 1 hour mark. So, not really much for tonight. You know what I mean? With the turn of events over the last 48 hours with the passing of Hulk Hogan. So, originally we did have a whole show plan as far as like our quarterly state of the promotion. So I guess we'll probably gonna have to pick it back up maybe after SummerSlam. I mean, we'll regroup and just see what everybody may want to do. If we may just do it next week and then roll into the SummerSlam preview, as well as the predictions. But being as though it is 2 nights, so I know that's going to definitely take up some time. And then if everybody's back next week, yeah, that might be pulling another 2 hour show going in the next week. But yeah, so stay tuned for more details and development. Mr. Moyo Fit, before we kick on out of here, any last words? And you are on mute.
What's his
You got-
name? What's his name? Like I said, can't wait. Looking forward to next week to do our predictions for a great SummerSlam card. Can't wait to do the state of promotions. Like I said, unfortunately, we have to push it back because everything is going on, but we'll pick it back up and make sure it's nice, interesting, and entertaining for everybody.
Gotcha. All right. So then this was Still Steps, powered by All Authentic Talk Sports Network. Mr. Moyo Fit. I am Politic and Hot. And we'll holla at y'all next week. SummerSlam preview, night 1 and night 2 coming soon. Till then,